Ron, can you hear me okay?
Gotcha.
Okay, we're live. I'm in a bar because I couldn't get home in time, so I pulled over to get some internet. So I wanted to see how bad it was. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I got you.
We got people watching already, so that's good.
Oh, cool. We're live right now?
We are.
Good deal.
Well, everybody, welcome to Outlawed with Ron Stone. It's Tuesday, the 23rd, 2 days before Turkey Day. And Ron and I got to spend this glorious weekend in the mountains of Missouri, right, Ron?
Glorious weekend in the Ozarks, yes.
So if you were at the Outlaw Banquet, please put in the comments what you enjoyed about it. If you weren't there, we want to know why. Okay, it's that simple. And the firemen had free beer. So what, Ron, what did you – the one question I had, we're going to have Seth Novak tonight, right? He's our guest?
Yes.
Okay. If I start to lag at all, let me know, and I'll just log off and let you run with it. But I want to –
okay.
Because I don't know.
I did notice there just a second ago your frame freezed up, but your audio was still good. So
okay.
But right now it's frozen.
Okay.
Now
if I disappear myself, it's you just run with it, and I'll try to drive home and get to better internet. Okay.
Yeah, the audio doesn't seem to be affected at this point, but your video is freezing up a little bit.
So
what's up, Josh?
Can you? Were there any major rule changes? I was kind of rolling through the Facebook page, the Outlaw page, Ron. That was one of the questions I saw.
Major, nothing stands out. Of course, the one that kind of would have been major, I guess you'd say, would have been the pro stock pickup rule, but it was actually tabled. It wasn't submitted in time. The Outlaws have a standing rule that if there are any rule change suggestions, they have to be submitted before Spencer weekend, which is the last hook of the season.
Okay.
And this rule was submitted after, so it shouldn't have been considered, to be honest with you. And that's the 30%. They would have changed the hitch stem length on a Pro Stock 4x4 to 30% of the wheelbase length, as opposed to the way it stands now at 36%, end up being like 8 to 9 inches difference, which was going to affect a lot of people. You're changing the geometry of the hitch. You can't just simply cut the stem off, because then if it's hanging from the same point, it's going to be at a steeper angle. Some of these guys would have to cut some sheet metal in order to make it work. But it was tabled till November of 2022, so no changes there. I'm looking for my sheet. I wasn't prepared for that question, so I have.
Well, you and I do a lot of show prep, so this is what happens.
Yeah, I got it right here. Along with a million other things, yeah. So, nothing that really. Aluminum blocks are permitted in all tractor classes now. I think that goes under general rules. Yeah,
I saw that.
That's I think about the most major one that I can recall. Yeah, if anybody can remember anything that was more of a substantial rule change, put it in the comments there. But I just went through my sheet, and that seems like probably the biggest one, in my opinion, was that the diesel supers are allowing some other tractors to pull in that class too. So Pro 4x4 can now square their tires. Yeah, they can square their tires now, not shape them, but they can take them to have them squared off. They can't change the lug pattern or shave them or anything. Like they could take them to, say, Extreme Tire in Rock Valley, and they would square them up. Basically, just sand them down to where the blocks are sharp again, the edges. So that might save some guys a little bit of money, actually, instead of buying 2 or 3 sets of tires a season. Some of these pro stock pullers are buying 3 sets of tires every season. So, yeah, no major changes other than that. The all aluminum block rules seem to be the most significant change, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, yeah, not. I don't know if you can say sharpen the tires, but they can square them up. They can just sand them down. So,
gotcha. Hey Ron, I just sent Josh an invite to the show as well. I'm afraid my internet sucks, and I don't want you to be by yourself because, well, you work well with others. Is what I'm trying to say. So.
Gotcha.
The one funny thing I thought today was, so I'm not a young gun or a legend. What am I as an outlaw puller? Like as a 46-year-old guy. A wannabe? Am I a wannabe, Ron?
See. I don't know. Incorrigible. No, I'm kidding. Totally. No. No, I don't know what you would. You fall in the middle there. We can't classify you right now. So
I don't have to be anything. I mean, I'm just wondering. I got to thinking about all these young kids. All the young kids and the old people are getting all the respect now. Mark Ulmer, the guy wears a tuxedo to the banquet. Now we're all.
Yeah, now we're gonna have Mark on next week. I talked to Mark, and we've got him set up for next week. We're gonna start the Legend series next week, but we're not done with the young guns. We're gonna have Burgundy Freeze on next week. And then we're going to have Mark Ulmer on there, one of the members of the Ulmer Mafia. We got to get him on there.
I sent you that stat earlier, but that was I know all the pictures aren't posted from the banquet, but just the ones I took with my phone. The Ulmer Mafia one, it reached over 28,000 people. That was our most popular picture that I posted. I put that in our little chat with you and I. So
that's the Ulmer Mafia. Yeah. Nobody wants to get whacked.
Yep, we're gonna have to get like a '79 Lincoln. Josh has you have a big old cruiser, don't you, buddy?
What's that?
Your one car that you cruise around in, it's kind of a mobster mobile. It's got a big trunk.
Oh yeah, man, the Gran Torino, as Clint calls it down there in Texas.
Yeah.
Is it what kind of car is it actually?
It's a Grand Marquis, Mercury Grand Marquis.
Grand Marquis.
The Shaggy wagon.
It's got a big trunk, Ron. When we were down in Nordheim, Josh had to go buy new speakers, and like we could have put like some of the speakers that you use for your band in the back of this thing.
Oh yeah, huge trunk. Plenty big enough for bodies or whatever's necessary.
Yep.
I mean speakers, not bodies. Never a body.
Never.
I'm not tied in with the Ulmer Mafia at all.
But if they ask you to do them a favor, Josh, do not say no.
Sorry if the video is kind of crappy. I'm on my phone, guys.
Yeah.
I just literally walked in off work.
No, and I'm running late to get home, and I stopped at a bar and I said, "Do you have Wi-Fi and cheese curds?" And they said, "Yes." So I said, "Perfect." So
Josh,
we've just happened to find a local bar, huh?
Yeah, what happened? It's Wisconsin, guys. They're every town. Come on.
The local watering hole. Do they have cheese curds there?
Yeah, here, Ron. There.
You're actually eating some cheese curds. Awesome.
I got an old fashioned. So, Ron, as a vice president, as a VP of the Outlaws, like, what was your biggest? This was my first Outlaw banquet. What was your biggest? Like, give me a couple biggest takeaways of the banquet weekend, because it was awesome. I'm just going to tell you, it was awesome. I wish your computer wouldn't have crashed Saturday night with the pictures and the video. But otherwise, that thing was perfect.
Just the sheer size, the amount of people. We had, I think we had like 340 signed up to come. We have, well over 300 people there, members and family members, and the auction at the end of the banquet. It floors me every year that I've been with the Outlaws. How much these guys give to in the auction, because I mean they go above and beyond. They raised $28,000 for our scholarship fund, which we're giving 5 scholarships out now. So big kudos to those pullers that step up and Clint Medding. Wow, he wanted that toolbox there Saturday night.
Yeah, he was in there when I unloaded that thing and unpacked it. And I set it up there, and he looked at it. He said, "That thing is going home with me, and I dare somebody to try to take it." And man of his word, he went above and beyond to make sure he took it home.
Yeah, he did. Lauren Paulson was bidding against him, but yeah, he went above and beyond. All right. But yeah, that's awesome. Just the fact that the guys, they spend so much money at the auction and they know it's for a good cause. And Burgundy Freeze said it was a cute little toolbox. What was the deal with that toolbox? Was it some kind of?
That was a 95th anniversary. It's a scale model of the 84-inch Epic. Okay. And when I bought my life-size version, I was given that box. What? So I figured what better cause for it than to donate it. Let's make a little money with it to give back to some of these younger generation coming along.
Desiree Paulson said they really wanted it. Obviously not that bad, Desiree, because
you could have had it. You had a fair shot.
Yep.
You had to Ritter say yep 1 or 2 more
every
times.
Time. Ritter is the best ringer in the world.
He is.
Every time he would come up and touch your shoulders, it cost you $500 to $1,000. I only fell for it a couple times, but it still cost me $1,700. So, $1,750 to be exact. But I got some great beef and an Outlaw pulling sled, and I got the Texas basket, and I bought the little tech sign for Brandon Holcomb as well. So
cool.
Yeah, I was talking to Clint shortly after he bought that, and he was telling me, that he started off $500, $600, $700. He just looked at me and asked a simple question. He said, "How did we get here from there?" It jumped so quick, and it was a great thing. Not just that, but the entire auction, and not only the pullers going above and beyond with buying the things, but everything that everybody donated. There was so many cool things to be bought there. The hand cut metal signs and the backlit silhouette sign that Kurt and them brought. There were so many cool things to be had there. Yeah. You're welcome, Burgundy. I'm glad it could help.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. So Burgundy, we're going to have her on next week, Josh. She's coming on the show as a young gun, and we're also going to bring Mark Ulmer on. We're going to start our
I think
Legend
Mark's
series.
A little old for the young guns there, Ron.
Nope, we're gonna blend it in there a little bit. We're gonna have the young guns and the legends on the same show. So
that'll be cool. Kicking off the new series series, whatever you want to call it, the Legend Edition.
Ron, another thing, get Kevin on some Monday night. We need to talk about track building this winter.
Sure.
Please. I had a couple pullers had talked to Kevin, and I think Cody actually talked to him. And one of my guys that was with me, and I'm pretty sure that they said that Kevin said he would come on and do a good track building one. We had him on at the state fair. Yeah, I was rolling through some of our old lives, and
that was a fun show.
He did a nice job there. So.
Yeah, that was a fun show. We got to do that more often next summer. So, Russell S. Dostal, Lessons from the Legends series.
Russ was actually messaged me on Facebook Saturday night. He wanted pictures of the Ulmer Mafia and the Medding Militia. So I didn't get Cody or I didn't get Connor and Clint together, but I did get a picture with Clint sitting on his lap with his cowboy hat on Friday night when you were up singing, Ron.
Good deal. Good deal. So we've got Seth Novak coming on tonight. And we need to ask him what's going on. I seen that tractor was for sale. So we got to find out what's happening there. So
there's a lot of chatter. I'm excited, Ron. Just this is my personal selfish thing, but the component chatter is going to slow down for our class now in the nation.
Yeah.
Because of the Western Series adopting the Outlaw Pro Stock class as well. And a lot of those people that were pushing for that in nationwide were some pullers from the Western Series, not affiliated with the Outlaws, but they were trying to put that on us. And Clint Tucker was on our Let's Go Pulling Live last night. And basically they voted in the Outlaw rules. Obviously, they're not calling it the Outlaw rules because it's Western Series, but it's the same thing. The box, the Weimer Charger and everything across the board. And I really feel, Ron, if I can make a prediction, and you know how I like to make predictions with you, that the top left line at the Iowa State Fair is going to win. But I really, that's a joke between us.
Oh my God.
But I really feel the Outlaw Pro Stock class, or the rules of that class, you're going to see them become nationwide over the next couple of years. It's a nice class, and the Outlaws have proven it. I think Kurt's owned the Outlaws for 6 years now, and I'm pretty sure those rules were adopted before Kurt, if I remember correctly. And so, I mean, that class maybe has been going on for 8 years. I don't know exactly, Ron. This is more up your alley, but it's a hell of a class, and I'm really, really excited for it. I'm glad to see other groups recognizing it as well. So
yeah, and it's kudos to them for keeping things the same. So pullers can go back and forth and pull, with them and pull with us, and it makes it a lot easier on the pullers to not have to make big changes.
And Clint said it right on the show last night. I'm not. We're not trying to take pullers from the Outlaws, and I basically said you're not going to, but they're going to try not to book them on top of each other. I mean, it's never perfect, Ron. I know you deal with all the scheduling for the OTTPA, but I was just excited because I feel like for years, guys, the Outlaws have kind of got that stigma that their rules only fit for them. You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
And there's nothing wrong with it. It's worked for the Outlaws. Look how it's growing. Look at the numbers in all the classes. Look at the family. But there was, Rob, a lot of crap about that back in the day. For putting the limits on the mod class, putting the limits on the pro stock class, and then for the longest time I couldn't come pull with you guys with my 4-1, because of the box charger and stuff like that. So I'm really, 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 really excited about what's happening with the Outlaws and the involvement with the pullers. We had the 4-1 meeting was really, really, it was awesome. It was good to be around everybody and talk to them. We had a couple things we voted on, but nothing crazy. But just to see that many pullers in the room engaged on a Saturday morning at 10 a.m. after drinking deep into the evening on Friday night into Saturday morning, and that poor bartender, you can tell that Margaritaville's never had a truck and tractor pulling banquet before because they scheduled one bartender for that room. And that poor feller, he got his
work plumb to death, wasn't he?
So it was wild. I talked to him Saturday night. Connie Mullenix, how much was your bar bill over the weekend? Oh, Connie, I charged it to Jerry Mullenix. I gave him you guys' address, Unionville, Missouri. And we'll just
Good deal. Yeah, it was the most significant rule, of course, proposed rule was that I seen in the 4-1 class, of course, was the component chassis rule that was put up for a vote in the 4-1 class. So, and that got voted down.
Yeah, we had a nice discussion about that. I would say I've been very active nationwide in that, and I've talked to 90% of the pullers that pull in the 4-1 class about that and where it's at, different things like that. So I really feel we had a good adult conversation about that, and the right decision was reached. So, yeah,
I agree, and that pro stock class might get bigger. I've heard that possibly the Balsamas were building one of those. They bought
the high compression 60-30. Yeah. So,
and one of their tractors went to Phil Rauch bought the limited edition.
Okay.
I don't know if you knew that or not. Diesel pickup puller Phil Rauch. Him and his wife have the Black Dodge. What the heck's it called? Weekend hooker.
It's Dylan, right?
High class hooker Dodge pickup. But yeah, he just bought that. I seen it on Facebook where he picked up the limited edition tractor from the Balsamas. So,
the rumor I heard was it was his birthday and his wife surprised him with it.
I think that's right. Yeah.
So my wife has not surprised me with a pulling tractor, guys. If she ever does, something bad's going to happen. Just gonna say.
Mine hasn't either, Jason. I'm not sure. We need to get them together and have a talk with them about proper surprises.
Yeah. Well, this is the first time I brought Sarah to anything with the Outlaws, and everybody's like, "You really are married?" And I'm like, "Yeah, duh." I told you guys.
I couldn't help but notice when you were bidding on things, her head was turning side to side every time you bid.
She just was like, "We don't need any more meat in the freezer," and I'm like, "Honey, it's for the kids." That's always my saying when I'm spending money I shouldn't be. It's for the kids, honey. It's for the kids, and it truly was for the scholarship fund. So, But anytime Lauren Paulson or Clint Medding was bidding against me on anything, I just pulled out about 500 because I knew where this was going. That was a different zip code. Those guys were. I wanted that blanket so bad. I was going to hang that on my wall, and I'm like, I'll pay $1,000 for that blanket. It hit 1,000 before I could even bid. And I was like, oh, damn.
Some of those things escalated rather quickly.
Yes, it did. That's a
that
great
Case IH banner with the champions autographs. I mean, that went for $1,100 just like that.
Yep, I was in on that till 500 because I thought, oh, I'll just hang that behind me on the wall when I do the shows. But yeah, like I said, it like Josh said, it all escalated quickly.
Yeah,
so
all for a good cause. Yeah.
Greg's got a funny one. So if you were at the banquet, we were in a gigantic room, and the next door was even a more gigantic room full of firemen. And they had 2 fire trucks in there, and then ultimately they had free bush light, and they invited the Outlaw pullers and fans over there, and let's just say it went well for everybody there.
I think we need to co-sanction that banquet next year.
Roger Rui is the one who bought that, so way to go, Roger.
Yep. He's a Case IH guy.
Yeah, well, his signature was on it. So
yep.
Yeah.
I plan on running for points and kicking all their asses next year, and I'm going to buy that banner at the banquet next year. Then, so bring it on, Roger. So you'd have been proud of me, Ron, because we know how fierce of a competitor Roger is. I actually said at the banquet or at our class meeting, I make a motion that we do not let Roger Rui in our class. But I didn't get a second, so I'm going to have to try harder next year.
So yeah, the fireman's ball. The good Lord, you looked in there and they had the fire trucks in there with the ladders up. I heard a couple folks climb the ladders in there as well. So.
Yeah, I think I heard Seth Novak was trying out to be a fireman. Yeah, I heard some rumors that maybe some ladders might have been extended inside the ballroom. So
yeah.
It wouldn't be an outlaw banquet without a good story that allegedly.
In the defense of the possibilities of who climbed them, the ladders were extended before we were invited.
That is true. So, and
okay, Cody says he sent me the picture. So hold on, guys. We have proof. Yes,
I was told that the firemen themselves showed them how to get up on the ladders, so they didn't do anything illegal or against the rules, at least according to them. But we want to see those pictures. We want to see the evidence.
I only have one screen running tonight, guys, so you got to be a little more patient with me, more than normal here. But I'm on my second old-fashioned right now, so life is good.
Here, Jason, I'll send you the video.
Cody sent the picture. Yeah.
Right now, guys. Give me a second here. Sorry.
Yeah, I guess there was one employee there that was a little upset that they climbed up on those ladders. But
it's probably the manager, Ron. It happens. Oh, Cody doesn't have a picture of Seth, but he has a picture of the room.
I'm working on sending you the video there, Jason.
So here was what everybody. I'm about to put this on the screen once my fast Wi-Fi here. There we go. So that was the room next door to the Outlaw Banquet, and they came over and invited us all over afterwards. So that was the local fire department guys. Sunrise Beach.
Yeah.
Yep, it was just their fireman's ball.
Yeah, it was very cool. They good people. I mean, some of them actually came over to our banquet for a little while, and I think some of those guys actually bought some T-shirts and sweatshirts.
They did. Well, we had the open bar, and they had the free beer, so they were coming over and ordering mixed drinks from our bartenders, and then and I know a couple of them bought some stuff from the Outlaw shirts and hats as well. So look at us growing polling, guys, while we're having fun. I love it.
I think we should have done them politely and invited them to our auction, though.
Yes, we maybe could have raised. Maybe somebody would have had deep pockets like Medding and raised him. So,
yeah.
Reagan Deckinger said they did take the keg away. A couple of the Outlaw guys actually bought another keg, and then around that time they got up on the ladders. The keg got taken away, and they were upset. And then they got the keg back, and all was well. So.
It's working on sending, Jason. My other phone's kind of slow, but I'm working on sending you the video of the guys climbing the ladder.
Cody says it was several fire departments. He talked to VP at the end of the banquet. There were more tractor pullers in the room than firemen. So it was a great time. We represented well. But I like the style of the banquet. I like the Friday night kind of social, Ron, and it really because some of the banquets that I've been to, Saturday night's a big party night, and then Sunday you feel like crap all day. I got most of mine in Friday night, so Saturday was still a good time. Or Sunday wasn't such a terrible drive home. So
yeah. Your commander pulling team need to have them sign a fire helmet and sell it at the auction. That's an idea. We were talking there a little bit ago about Seth Novak selling his tractor. Somebody said something about he's going to buy an International. We'll have to ask him if that's true or not. I bet not. But
here, Alan Ulmer said that. So the Ulmer Mafia start rumors again. Those guys.
Yeah, you did get up and sing Friday, Jason. Was it Ice Ice Baby?
Yep, that's my jam. That's my jam, Ron.
Yeah, that was cool.
I think the band, I mean, I'm not nearly as good looking or have your voice, Ron, but I do what I can with my God-given talents.
So. You did a good job. It was entertaining.
Yep,
that's what's important.
I'm not afraid. But it was a great weekend. It was great to see everybody. I got to thinking about the geographic of the Outlaw Pullers. That Missouri probably is the center part for everybody because it was 7.5 hours for us from Wisconsin, But Missouri's a bigger state than you realize until you start driving it. So.
Yep, it is. It is.
But Margaritaville was a lot of stairs.
A long walk, I know, from my room.
Seemed like everything was uphill, and I'm not sure how that happens. Took me back to the stories my dad used to tell me about walking to school uphill both ways. Everything you wanted to do was uphill somehow.
Yeah, Roger says that was the best banquet I've been to. So it was great. Just the number of people, and then it was the same culture. I know Ron and Dave talked about it a lot, and Kurt, but the culture, the Outlaw family. It was good to see it in person, without pulling vehicles there too. Just the rules meeting and how everything was handled, and it was good. I have nothing. Just Ron, I wish your computer wouldn't have crashed Saturday night, you schmuck.
Yeah. Still not sure what's going on there, but what's crazy is I have I have the music behind those videos that I can't put on Facebook now because it'll get claimed for copyright. Which I can use them at the banquet.
Yep.
So,
no, you'll get whacked. You'll get whacked on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all of them, unless you have a license, and I don't think any of us do. So.
Would have been good for the banquet, but and I like to blend the audio in and have the engine sounds and the music, and after those videos are saved, I can't separate the audio. So.
Nope, it's okay.
It was disappointing, to say the least.
It's all right. Well, you had a couple minutes into making those too. That's what sucks.
Yeah.
When I say minutes, I mean days. So.
Yeah, there was a lot of time spent. So. Let's get Seth on here. You ready?
Yeah, he hasn't came on yet. There, Stoner.
He hasn't come on yet.
Nope.
Let me send him a message. Sometimes folks they see that button that makes them nervous about coming on. Let's see.
That popped through on your messenger yet, Jason? It shows it's sent.
Yeah, I'm working on it right now, Joshua.
Gotcha.
I'm on bar Wi-Fi, guys. So,
like I said, well, my other phone's rather slow too. So. Any info on KC sign up yet? I don't know. That would be a wrong question there.
Thomas, we ought to have that up in the next couple of weeks, man. Our guy that runs that website has COVID, so we're kind of giving him a break. We'll get those sign-up sheets, those applications on the on the website here pretty soon. I'm sending a message to Seth right now. Is somebody singing in the bar there right now, or is that?
That's 70s on 7, I believe, from Sirius, Ron.
Gotcha. Now I see the problem. We'll get him on here in a minute.
There was 2 of them in there.
Yeah, there was some company up there.
That's awesome. That is OSHA approved, guys.
Of course it is. Well, that's somebody's dancing.
That's what that ladder's used for. The outriggers were down.
Right. It's not like that. It was actually pretty safe. Is what we're trying to say. Did Brandon Holcomb behave himself asking for a friend? Actually, he did, Jer. He was an officer and a gentleman, a tech official and a gentleman.
He was well behaved.
Yeah.
From what I saw, so.
I already sent him his beer money stickers, Ron, for the sign I bought him, his tech signs. They went in the mail on Monday.
We get Seth on here in a minute.
When you get Seth on, Ron, I'm gonna jump in the car and boogie for home.
Okay.
You guys interview Seth, okay? And then I'll keep going. I'll be home in 20 minutes or so. So, well, it looks like he's trucking.
Hey, there he is.
Can you hear me all right?
Hey, we got you. Seth Novak out of Howells, Nebraska, right?
Yep.
Good. What are you driving a truck tonight? What's happening?
Yeah, hauling some fat cattle right now, actually.
Gotcha. What's your route? How far you got to drive?
Oh, right now, it's from a feed yard. From feed yard's about 4 hours, but I've probably got about 45 minutes left till I'm at the plant, I suppose.
Good deal. Well, Seth, we got you on here tonight. We got Seth Novak from Howells, Nebraska. He's a limited pro stock driver with the Outlaws. It's one of our young guns with the Outlaws. We're in our young guns series here. Seth's working tonight, so he was gracious enough to come on and talk to us. And Seth, I just want to make sure I'm pronouncing your last name correctly. I used to announce you with Nebraska Bush a little bit. It is Novak, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
And Novak. It's pronounced both ways. It don't really matter.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, Jason, it looks like he's still there. I see. Never mind, Jason. You're backstage. I'm looking at the wrong screen here. So
he's stage left there.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah. Well, Seth, tell us your story here. How you got into pulling? How did it all start?
Well, it started probably in, I don't know, Dad started pulling garden tractors probably 25 years ago. And he was a president of the Nebraska Garden Tractor Pullers Association. And, we had anywhere from 16 horse Kohler regular lawnmower tractors with pulling tires on them to motorcycle engines. And it just started from there. I mean, there's pictures out there of Mom used to drive a garden tractor with a motorcycle engine in it. And there's pictures out there with her actually being pregnant with me and pulling the sled down the track. But
that's how it got started, huh?
I guess. So I suppose you could say I actually started pulling before my time. But now I got on my first tractor when I was 2 years old. I'm not sure what county fair it is. There's a picture of me in my diaper and Dad's walking next to me going down the track. Then it just went on from there. I moved up to a motorcycle class when I was 14. And then when I turned 16, I started driving Dad's 4-1 Mean Farmer. And then I think I was a freshman in college. Doug Nepper, I'm not sure what year it was. He had a decent super stock called a Little Green Toy. He was pulling, I believe it was an outlaw show at the time up in Dunlap, Iowa. And he split the block and put the whole motor on the ground. And we kind of went out there and helped him pick it up. And one day he called and said, heard you're looking for a pulling tractor. And he called Dad and he goes, I am? He goes, I heard you're looking one for your son. And he goes, I don't know about that. So we started talking about it, and he goes, well, would you be interested in getting into pulling? I said, I've been doing it my whole life. I might as well. And he goes, well, how much money you got? And I go, well, not a whole lot, but I suppose I can to start. So we went up to Doug Nepper's and looked at it, and it was just like the way he pulled it off the track, pistons hanging out of it yet, crack block still in it, and we're looking at it, and yeah, we sat around and talked for I don't know, a couple hours and started negotiating, and pretty soon I wrote a check, and I guess I went home with the frame. So then we went out to Joe Bush and we started putting a motor together, just using some spare parts, and then over the years kept getting a little better parts and a little better parts, and I guess I'm where I'm at today.
And that's the present day bounty hunter?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And what year did you start pulling that tractor as a 4-1?
I would say 2017 or 18.
Okay. But Seth, I couldn't help but notice I saw it on Facebook today. You got to tell us the story. What's going on there?
Oh, I don't know. We were debating on selling one tractor or both tractors or doing something for a while now, and I just decided I'll post it and just focus on putting all the money into one tractor and trying to keep one on top. It's a lot easier keeping one running than two running, and yeah, so I don't know what's really going on, if we're gonna post the other one and see which one sells and keep the other one, or I mean, everything's for sale for the right price, and if both of them would sell, I guess we would probably, I'm assuming, build another one. I'm probably stay limited pro stock or jump up to pro stock, but odds are we're probably trying to sell one for sure and stay in the limited pro stock class.
Okay. Now, if you reduce yourself down to a one tractor team, then you and your dad would just share driving duties on that tractor then?
Yeah, I suppose. And I know I took over a lot of trucking business, and I come back from college and took over the trucking business at the farm, and I do all my own dispatching and stuff, haul a lot of pigs and a lot of cattle, and it's starting to get insanely busy. I mean, I can almost dang near buy another trailer and keep another trailer busy, but so that's kind of a factor too, just getting real busy with trucking.
So how old are you now? You're 23?
24. I'll actually be 25 here a couple weeks, December 10th.
Mary Beth Workman says, Seth, put some air in that seat. You're on the floorboard.
Hey, guys, I'm going to have to jump off here. I've got work happening on the other line. Looks like I'm going to have to go back to work. So,
got you, buddy.
But Seth, good talking to you. Ron, appreciate having me. We'll talk to you guys later. I'm going to have to get.
Thanks for coming on, Josh. Appreciate it.
Bye.
So looking at some more comments here, Garrett Davidson says he wants to know who bends it harder, you or your dad.
I don't know. If you look at track record, I would say probably me, because over the last few years, I would say I probably beat him more times he beat me. But if you're looking at the starting line, he can get a lot more RPMs out of a tractor than I can. But that's just different driving style, I suppose.
Yeah, Jamie Yonke says your dad always breaks it when he drives.
Yeah, he can be hard on stuff, but if I drive his or he drives mine, and if something does break, we always just say, if it broke for me, it was going to break for you. So you can't really put the blame on anybody.
Gotcha. Where do you see the sport of pulling going? I mean, you're a young man, as a young gun with the Outlaws. Any suggestions you have as far as what needs to be done to get the crowds to, a larger crowd base and get the sport of pulling out there into the mainstream?
Well,
You have any
I think
ideas as far as that goes?
for for a while there, I thought maybe it was kind of dying down, but then social media is a big part of everything that goes on nowadays, and
Yep.
everyone's sharing their polling stories or their videos, and young kids, you got Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, all these young kids that are out there driving, posting all this stuff on Instagram. Like my dad, he has no clue how to use any of that stuff, so he's
Right.
not going to be able to spread it around very much. But all these young kids keep spread around the cool videos and cool pictures, and interacting with young kids. I mean, it's a lot easier for younger guys like me to talk to a younger kid than I would say maybe some of the older people. But yeah, just keep talking to them, and if they got little kids got questions, just answer them the best you can. And if they ask if they ask what they need to do to get involved, there's could be like me and start garden tractor pulling, or I got a
Yep.
lot of buddies that do hot farm pulls. And, they have just as much fun as we do on the track. And it might not be the same caliber, but they're all doing the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny, uh, when you talk about somebody in a generation, like let's talk about your dad for a second, how he's not into the Facebook or TikTok. Then you take somebody like a Jamie Yonke or a Sydney Summers, and that generation, all that stuff is just automatic. They're like, a few thumb clicks and they put a video out there already. It's just easy to
Yep.
them, and it comes natural. I mean, if you will, to that generation now. So it's so much easier for them, to see that when it's put out there. And I think that's key as well, is using social media to our benefit to spread the word.
Yes, it is.
And the young guns, I mean, when kids who have never been around pulling before have no idea what it's about, when they see, our young guns putting that stuff out there, it may pique their interest a little bit. Well, what's this all about? Because, this is not what I expected, because they, a lot of them will stereotype it, and think it's just, crusty old farmers, out there seeing who's got the toughest tractor. Well, that's not exactly it to a T. So Kurt Van Beek says very proud of the young guns and how they're
No,
spreading
it's not.
excitement
I mean,
about. Go ahead, Seth.
I know I come from a small. I mean, Howells, Nebraska is only a town of 600 people. I graduated a class of 15, and a lot of the kids in my class knew what I did, but they didn't really understand it. And they never went out and did anything like went to a tractor pull or anything until after they got into college. And then, I invited them to go to local county fairs or Thunder by the River. It's only Thunder by the River is dang near my hometown pole. And when they come up there and walk around and visit with people, they understand it's not just a motorsport. It's more, that's what I like about the Outlaws as well. It's more of a family oriented deal.
Yeah, definitely is. The camaraderie with the Outlaws is undeniable. Yeah, that's something I found in my experience with pulling, is people who've never been to one. A lot of them think they stereotype it as, say, like an antique tractor pull. They have no idea, the equipment and the horsepower that you guys are creating, and the show you're putting on. So yeah, a lot of the people who haven't been around pulling, they have no clue what it's about and how entertaining it really is. So
yeah,
I was going to read that message from Kurt Van Beek. Said he's proud of all the young guns and how you guys are spreading excitement about pulling on social media. So we got a great group of kids in the Young Guns group with the Outlaws. Seth, where's your favorite place to pull? Your very favorite track with the Outlaws? I think I have an idea, but
I really hard to. I know Wisner's a lot of fun. It's hometown pull, and I was fortunate enough to win the Thunderbolt one year. But I would say that's probably my favorite pull to go to. But my most memorable pull, and probably one of my favorite tracks, come from when I got my very first win, and that was down in Mountain City, Kansas, where Brent and Tyler Paddock are from. You know, just having that first win under my belt, coming from there, means a lot. So I would probably choose that one, honestly, because that's the most memorable.
Okay, good deal. Of course, that pulls on a Sunday there in Mountain City, Kansas, and they draw a big crowd for a Sunday as well. That's pretty cool. The amount of people come out to.
And they got that homemade ice cream. You can't forget that.
Oh my gosh, is that incredible? Somebody told me the first time I went there how good that ice cream was. And I'm thinking, yeah, okay. And then you have a bowl, and it's like, would it be wrong if I got in line again to get another bowl?
Yeah. There's a lot of outlaw pulls as well. You may not do very good, but you're gonna remember how good they fed you, because there's a lot of those pullers that are self motors. They try to put a meal together for the pullers, and it's hard to beat. You can't go to a restaurant and get anything better than that.
Seth, we touched on the fact that you've got your tractor for sale right now. If you had your choice, with a open pocketbook and unlimited funds, and you could drive a different class, what class would it be?
I guess I don't know. I probably wouldn't choose a class. And here's a little story. So we were in Louisville, and I was pulled there, and my aunt and uncle were there, and we're sitting in one of the big cafeterias, and they're interviewing some pullers, and they're asking them the same question. And my aunt asked me, they asked them, what class would you want to sit in the seat in one time? And my aunt asked me what I would want to do, and I said, honestly, I would want to sit in the sled, because then you can, if you sat in the sled one night, you had all the hooks. So honestly, if I had unlimited funds, I would probably build a sled.
Really? Okay.
You just go around. I mean, when you sit in the sled, you can feel all the power from every tractor. It doesn't really matter what class it is. But honestly, if I had unlimited funds and would want to start something, it would probably be a sled business, maybe.
Yeah, those sled operators take some pretty wild rides, even wilder rides than some of the pullers actually take.
Yeah.
I've literally seen sled operators bouncing off the roof of the cab of their sleds before. They take a pretty good beating in there sometimes.
Yeah.
If you had your choice of any track anywhere in the nation, not necessarily an outlaw pull, at any particular pull, it could be present day or even in the past. I think we might have lost Seth there.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I had a phone call coming in, and I lost my picture, so I don't know what happened.
Okay. I was asking any pull in the nation. Doesn't have to be an outlaw pull. If you could pull there, where would it be? And it doesn't have to be present day. This could be, a pull from days gone by, a legendary pull. Where would it be? All right, looks like I might have lost Seth altogether.
I'm back. I keep getting a phone call.
Somebody needs to talk to you.
Yeah, it's the old man, but he can wait.
He's probably got somebody on the line wants to buy your tractor.
That would be nice, but no, he's hauling cattle too. He's going to the same place I am, so
okay.
he's probably I was behind him a ways. He's probably wondering where I was at.
Okay, gotcha.
And
You tell him you might come on the show tonight?
what's that?
Did you tell him you might come on the show tonight?
No, I guess I didn't. We were. I was gone hauling pigs this morning when you asked me if I wanted to be on. I totally forgot. Did I lose you?
It's just
Damn phone.
It's kind of going in and out. But Seth, I want to give you an
I was busy.
Go ahead.
I was busy. I was hauling pigs this morning, and you asked me to come on the show, and I totally forgot about this cattle load. The cattle actually come out of our place, so we got busy sorting cattle this afternoon, and I didn't even think about telling him. So,
okay.
But, I don't know if he's smart enough to run his phone to watch it anyway.
He's not on Facebook too much, I'm guessing. So,
no, not a whole lot.
Well, Seth, I want to give you an opportunity to say thanks to anybody that's helped you along the way or got you started, or I mean, it could be a sponsor, or just somebody that might have influenced you. If you want to say thanks to anybody, we could give you some time here to do that. Well, I think we lost him again here.
Yep. No, I'm back if you can hear me. I'll try to make it quick. He keeps calling me, so he probably needs something important. But I would like to thank my parents for giving me the opportunity to start this, and Joe Bush Ag Repair, that's who does our motor work, and the whole Outlaw family. If you ever need something, they were really generous to help you fix something or try to find someone to help you fix it. Good friends, Tony, Marybeth Wortman down in Missouri. Multiple times we had problems, and either Dad would stay down there or I would stay down there and try to work on stuff. And just really good friends of ours, and always generous to bend over backwards to help you. But other than that, that's probably about.
Hey Seth, Alan Ulmer wanted me to ask you a question. He put a question in before you came on live here tonight. He said you were selling your tractor because you were probably going to buy an International. Any truth to that?
I don't know about that. If they would put it may be an International, but it's going to have a Deere motor in it.
Gotcha.
But I don't know. I don't know what the rules are for or in most of the classes to do that. Like 4-1.
All right, we're thinking we might have lost him again here. So
yep, yeah,
there he is. There he is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not very. If I had to drive a red one, I would. I mean, if I could drive any red one, it'd be Tony Wortman's Tapped Out, because that thing is just beautiful.
It is a nice tractor.
Or, yeah, that is a very nice tractor. But yeah, I mean, as long as it's reliable, holds together, and runs tough, I really don't care what color it is.
Gotcha. I think Alan was trying to yank your chain a little bit there, but all in good fun. All in good fun. So, well, Seth, are you still getting calls? Is that why we keep losing you there?
No, now you're cutting out on me.
Okay, can you hear me now? Yeah. Hi, Jason.
Hey, Ron, I'm driving home. I got internet again, so
I can see that. Yeah, Seth's having a little technical difficulties with his phone. I was going to let him go here pretty quick.
Yeah, no, I was listening the best I could. Southwest Wisconsin's beautiful, Ron, the hills, but it sucks for internet. So,
Seth, are you still there, buddy?
We lost him. Yeah.
All right. Well, Seth, if you can hear me, you get to listen to this. Thanks for coming on. We appreciate it. Seth Novak was on the show tonight, the driver of the Bounty Hunter, a limited pro stock tractor, and that tractor is actually for sale. right now, if you want a 4-1 tractor, you want to get into pulling, that's a pretty good deal. Now, they're not getting out of pulling. They're just kind of regrouping and may run one tractor for a year. Sounds like they may build another one. Not sure, but they're just trying to regroup here, maybe pull one tractor for next season, it sounds like to me. So that is a good tractor if anybody wanted to get involved.
Ron, who are you thinking getting on next week? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, it's a little broken up, but I got you.
Who are you thinking next week?
We've got Burgundy Freeze lined up. Burgundy Freeze, part of that Red Ink team, the Unlimited Light Super Stock. And of course, Burgundy is in charge of our scholarship program as well. She heads that up for the Outlaws. So, and also we got Mark Ulmer coming on, our first legend. Awesome. The Legend series is going to come on. We're going to have a young gun and a legend in the same show next week.
What are the rules on the legend or a young gun? 16 to 25?
16 to 25, yep.
And then what did Dave say at the banquet? They have to be 16 or be 25 at the start of the pulling season, basically, right?
Yeah, and it's, if they turn 26 during the season, we'll still have them as a young gun. So, yes, got to be 16 when the season starts. And I know I seen some pictures today. Taryn Beck, I think from what I seen on Facebook, I saw it real quick. Looked like she got her driving suit for next year. Her dad drives a light super stock. And she awesome. Is chomping at the bit to get behind the wheel of that tractor next season. So looks like she's preparing, getting ready.
Did I see 48 events on the schedule next year? Is that what I counted?
That you counted correctly. There's 48 tentative events on there. That's 12 more than we had scheduled last season. Will they all pan out? I just don't know. Time will tell here. But yeah, tentatively right now, there are 48 on the schedule. So it's going to be a busy season for the Outlaws in 2022. Did you catch all that?
Yeah, I'm driving down a hill. It's stupid. Do the Outlaws have any cell phone sponsors yet, or can I rip on all of them? So.
Not yet, but hey, that's a good idea. If you want to go after one, that'd be great.
I would, but it's not going to be U.S. Cellular because they're pissing me off right about now. So just so you know. But I can be bought, Ron. I can be bought, so I'm not going to lie.
Yep, U.S. Cellular could be really great. We would be singing their praises.
We would be.
We've got some really great sponsors, and we got some new sponsors coming. Of course, Case IH, title sponsor, Schaefer Oil, Eco Tuning. We've got some really good sponsors. DeKalb and Asgrow. Got some new sponsors coming on board this year, so pretty excited about the next season. And we've got great sponsors. You've seen, Schaefer Oil was there, and you saw the videos from Super Clean and Case IH. And the stuff that Case IH was giving out in addition, to the points plaques that we were giving away. The big red tractor books they were giving away. Did you happen to pick one of those up? Those hardback books?
No, but Roos was telling me about them. They look pretty awesome, Ron. So
yeah, those things were heavy. Those were nice books. I was hoping there'd be an extra there, so I wasn't fortunate enough to have that happen because I kind of wanted one myself. But yeah, tune in next week. Burgundy Freeze. I'll be our young gun. Mark Ulmer of the Ulmer Mafia will be our first legend in that legend series next week. Exciting things coming around the corner here for 2022 for the Outlaws. Big thanks to Seth Novak for coming on. Thanks, Josh, for coming on there temporarily. He had some work he had to take care of. Jason looks like he's having some technical difficulties as well, but hopefully we can get him back on here so we can sign off correctly. Mackenzie Yark asking Jason to sing Ice Ice Baby again. Jason, I'm going to go ahead and and close the show, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Big thanks to our guests. Big thanks to Seth Novak. And thanks, Josh. Thanks, Jason. And thanks for everyone that tuned in tonight. Jason, you have anything to add? All right. Are you there, Jason?
Can you hear me now?
I got you. I was just kind of signing off, but then you pop back up there. So. All right, folks. Thanks for tuning in tonight. We'll talk to you next week, next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Burgundy Freeze and Mark Ulmer next week, folks. Thanks, Seth Novak, for coming on. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Hey, guys, I'm going to wrap her up. Thanks for watching tonight. Sorry for my crappy cell phone reception, but it's all about Seth Novak anyway. So, Seth, great job tonight. And next Tuesday night, we'll have Burgundy Freeze and Mark Ulmer. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Take care.